Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the world of TFEX, the Thailand Futures Exchange. And we're going to talk about a hidden risk, something that can literally wipe out your entire portfolio with just one single contract.
Now, this isn't just a scary story. This comes straight from the trading floor. It's that nightmare scenario every trader has, right? You hear about a friend getting totally wiped out with just one contract, and you have to wonder, how is that even possible? It's a huge warning sign that there's something else going on under the surface here.
So what's the deal? You've got the same amount of money, you're in the same market. How does one trader survive while another one gets completely ruined? Is it just bad luck? Nope. The answer actually comes down to a hidden rule, a variable that most new traders completely miss, and it all has to do with the broker you pick.
And that brings us to the key idea for today, the money cushion. You won't find this in any official textbook, but trust me, in the real world, this is what makes all the difference. Think of it as an extra safety buffer that your broker insists on top of the absolute minimum required by the exchange. This cushion, it's what determines how big of a hit your portfolio can take before you're in real trouble.
Okay, so this money cushion thing basically creates two totally different paths for a trader. On one side, you've got the low-margin broker. They let you open a position with way less cash up front, which sounds great, right? But the catch is, it leaves your portfolio super thin. There's almost no protection. Then you have the high-margin broker. They make you put up more cash to start, creating a thicker, much tougher portfolio that can actually handle those wild price swings without breaking a sweat.
So here's the crucial point, and you really need to get this. The broker you choose directly controls how long you can survive a losing trade. Seriously, this isn't some small detail about fees or a fancy trading platform. It is the absolute line in the sand between staying in the game and getting kicked out before you even have a chance to react.
All right, enough theory. Let's make this real. We're going to walk through a case study using one of the most popular products out there, the Set 50 Futures, or S50 as everyone calls it.
First things first, you have to appreciate the scale we're talking about here. With just one S50 contract, you're not just playing with a few thousand baht you put down as margin. No way. You are actually controlling an asset worth almost 200,000 baht. That, right there, is the magic and the danger of leverage. Okay, now look at this. This is the money cushion in action. You see the difference in the initial margin between these brokers? It might not look like much, less than 1,000 baht between the lowest and the highest, but that tiny difference is everything. That's your staying power. A lower margin means higher leverage, which sounds exciting, but it also means your room for error is practically zero. And here's how fast it can all fall apart. Let's say you go with that low margin broker. You open a long position with just under 7,600 baht. Then the market moves against you. The index drops just 20 points, which, by the way, is a totally normal daily move. And just like that, you've lost 4,000 baht. Your account balance plummets. It drops below the broker's minimum level and, bam, margin call. You either have to scramble to find more money or they close you out. Your thin portfolio just couldn't take the punch.
Okay, so that was the S50. Now, let's turn up the heat. A lot. We're going to look at gold online futures, or GO. And let me tell you, this is a completely different animal. It's known for being way, way more volatile.
And you can see why right off the bat. The full value of a single GO contract is massive. We're talking over 1.1 million baht. That is more than 6 times the size of an S50 contract. The stakes just went through the roof.
So with gold, everything is bigger. The margins you have to put down are higher, sure, but the leverage is also cranked up. We're looking at around 30 to 1. When you mix a super high-value asset with that much leverage, well, you've got a recipe for some incredibly fast and violent swings in your account.
Now this is where it gets absolutely brutal. With gold, you might not even get a warning call. A sharp drop in the price can trigger a loss that's bigger than your entire initial margin. In this scenario, a drop creates a loss of over 40,000 baht. What happens then? There's no call. There's no please add funds. The system just instantly liquidates your position. It's called a force close. And just like that, your account is gone, wiped out on one trade.
So, we've seen what a margin call looks like, and we've seen the pure destruction of a force close. What's the takeaway here? What does this mean for your trading strategy? How do you pick the right armor to go into this battle? Let's just put this side by side to really drive the point home. Look at the average daily price swing in actual money. For the S500, a typical day might see your position move by, say, 1,600 to 2,400 baht. For gold, It's not uncommon to see swings of 6, 10, even 12,000 baht in a single day. The volatility isn't just higher, it's on another planet. This is not a playground for beginners.
So what it all boils down to is this. You have to match your equipment to your style, to your skill level. The S50? It's great for beginners, for learning how to handle moderate swings. Gold? That's for the seasoned pros, the ones with iron discipline. And your broker? Look, a low-margin broker might work for a super-fast trader who's in and out in seconds. But for just about everyone else, a high-margin broker gives you that vital money cushion. It buys you time to think, and time to survive.
And this quote from a trader just says it all, doesn't it? The temptation is always there. I'll pick the broker with the lowest margin so I can open more contracts. But as this person learned the hard way, a price move of less than 3% was enough to get them called. That's when it clicks. That money cushion isn't holding you back, it's your lifeline.
And really, this is the ultimate truth of trading with leverage. TFEX itself doesn't hurt anybody. The market is just the market. The person who hurts you is you, the trader who doesn't truly understand the massive amount of leverage they're actually holding.
So, I want to leave you with a question to think about. Now that you know the hidden rules, what's the real risk level of your portfolio? The point here isn't to be scared of TFEX. The point is to understand the game you're playing. The only thing you should fear is trading when you don't.